Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on common and proper nouns. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. Doing grade 6, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of common and proper nouns. All right. So our chapter is common and proper nouns. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 6. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of common and proper nouns is to identify common and proper nouns. All right. So a noun, it is a word that names a person, names a place, it names a thing, or it names an idea, right? That is a noun. So we have general nouns, which we call common nouns, and we have nouns that is a bit more specific, and we call that proper nouns, right? So if you want to make mention of a general person, right? Or a general type of person, then we can refer to any, instead of giving a name, we can say girls. So if there's 5 girls, for example, in the group, then it means that it can refer to any one of them because we are just saying girls or the girl. So now the question is which girl, because it's 5 girls, but that is what a common noun is. It makes mention of a general type of person. unless we give the person's name, like either Helen or Michelle or Elizabeth. Then it means that we are specifically talking about that one person, and then we call that proper nouns. So basically, a noun is a word that names a person, it names a place, it names a thing, or it names an idea. So when it comes to our common nouns, so then we have common nouns, and our common nouns, it names a general type of idea or general type of person, general type of place, general type thing, or like I said, an idea, right? So when it comes to common nouns, a common noun, it is not the name of a person, it is not the name of the place, it is not the name of that specific thing, or it's not even the name of that idea, right? And also when we write a common noun or identify a common noun, right? A common noun is not capitalized unless it is the first word of a sentence. Because remember, the first word of a sentence needs to be capitalized. But when it comes to common nouns, if common nouns is anywhere within the sentence, it is not capitalized because we are not specifically saying that this is the person, this is the place, this is the thing or idea, right? And then we have proper nouns. And a proper noun, it is a specific name of a person, meaning it's a name of, that was given to you by your parents and it is on your birth certificate. It is a name, a specific name of a place. Instead of just saying, I'm going to school, you're giving the name of the school. Instead of saying, I'm going to the park, you're giving the name of the park. Instead of saying it is, for example, whichever place, you give that name of that specific place. It is the thing, that specific thing or the specific idea. And that is proper nouns. And remember, when it comes to proper nouns is always capitalized, whether it is the last word of that sentence, anywhere in the middle or in between of that sentences, that is a proper noun. We need to capitalize it, right? And before we go to our example, once again, we said a noun is a word. It names a person, place, thing, or idea. We have common nouns. And common nouns, it names a general type of person. Can be any person. If we say it's the boys, right? Can be any boys. That is a common noun. It's any boy. If I say the boy kicked the ball, and now there's 7 boys on the field, I'm not going to know which boy kicked the ball. All I'm going to say is that the boy kicked the ball. And you're just going to be like, okay, but there's 7 boys on the field, meaning I'm just specifically talking about any boy. But I'm making mention of the one boy, but I'm just saying the boy. If I say place, we can say schools and beach and parks instead of giving the names of the school, the beach, the park. Things or ideas, like for example, instead of just saying that I live in this city, you can just say, no, I'm going to the city, right? but you're not saying which city. I'm going to that state, but you're not saying which state. So state is written lower cases, it's not capitalized. But if you, for example, say which state you're going to, then it must be capitalized. So unless a common noun is the first word of the sentence, then we capitalize it. But if it's not the first word of a sentence, then we do not capitalize it. All right. And if we look at an example, right, of common nouns and proper nouns and how we can see the difference between a common noun and the proper nouns. So a common noun, right? Or the difference between a common noun and a proper noun. With a common noun, we will say boy or girl or some or so on, right? And as you can see, these common nouns are all written in lower cases. It is not capitalized. Whereas proper nouns, all of the proper nouns are capitalized. So it's like a general type of person can be a boy, right? Like I said, can be any boy. But if we make mention of one specific boy, then we can say the person's name, which is Jacob. So if you just say boy, or you just say girl, or you just say woman, right? Or you just say grandma, grandpa, then that is a common noun. But if you specifically name them, you specifically make mention of who it is, right? If it's a specific boy, a specific girl, and you give me the name, then it must be capitalized. For example, Jacob. For example, day, right? That day, I went to the beach, right? It's like you're making mention of a day that you went to the beach. So, day can be any day. But if you're specifically putting emphasis, not even emphasis, if you're specifically saying which day it is, if you, for example, say it is Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, right? Then that needs to be capitalized. The days of the week needs to be capitalized. But if you just say, for example, that day, this day, generally, because it can be any day, then it is a common noun. And if we make example, for example, street, it's like saying, no, I'm playing in that street. If your parent to ask you, where are you going? No, I'm going to play in that street. I'm going to that street. That can be any street. But if you specifically make mention of the street, then you can say in Elam Street. And as you can see, Elam Street is capitalized. City. I live in that city. What city do you live in? I live in Chicago. So if you can see like for example, Chicago City or the name of your city, like for example, Cape Town, right? That is a proper noun because you're specifically telling us what city. But if you're just going to generally tell us, no, I live in that city, I live in that city, then that is not, it's not you specifying, which means it's a common noun, right? So once again, common nouns, it basically names a general type of person, place, thing, or idea. We do not capitalize common nouns unless it is the first word of the sentence. Common nouns are not names of people. It's not names of places. It is not the name of a thing or idea. It's general things, right? Meaning that you can make mention of something, but it can be anything or anyone. Whereas with a proper noun, it is a specific name of a person, a specific name of a place, a specific name of a thing, or a specific name of idea. Meaning that we capitalize proper nouns. We always do capitalize proper nouns, right? And once again, a noun, it's a word that names a person, place, animal, or thing, or idea, for example. And we have common nouns, which is general, and proper nouns, which is something specific, right? All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca and we are going to identify common nouns and we're going to identify proper nouns. All right. So now we're going to look at we already went over what a common noun is and we went over what a proper noun is, right? So now we're just going to look at a few activities and then we are going to our test. Here it says we need to select three proper nouns within the sentence. It says Elizabeth told me about a big sale at Toy City on Dodge Street. We need to identify three proper nouns within that sentence. Three proper nouns. So we need to identify three proper nouns within the sentence. What are the three proper nouns within the sentence? Elizabeth Told me about a big sale at Toy City on Dodge Street. And if we were to identify our three proper nouns, right, then we can say Elizabeth, because that is a specific name of a person. Toy City, because it's a specific name of a place. And Dodge Street, it's a specific name of a street. So that is the three proper nouns in that sentence. Here we need to also select three proper nouns within the sentence. It says Asia shares its western borders with Africa and Europe. Asia shares its western borders with Africa and Europe. What is the three proper nouns within that sentence? The three proper nouns. And if we were to choose our three proper nouns within that sentence, we can say it's Asia, Africa, and Europe. That is three continents: Asia, Africa, and Europe. All right, let's look at one more activity and then we're going to our test. We need to look at, we need to identify one proper noun here, right at the bottom within that sentence. We just took our dog Scout to the vet for a checkup. What is the proper noun within that sentence? We took our dog Scout to a vet for a checkup. To the vet for a checkup. And if we were to select the proper noun within that sentence, we will say Scout, because Scout is also a name, right? That we need, it's a specific name, right? Remember, even names of pets needs to be capitalized. But if we just say my dog, my cat, my hamster, my whichever pet you have, if you just say those random ones, right? Then if you just make mention of general pets, then it is a common noun. But as soon as you name your pet, like Scout or Cinnamon or Brownie or Blackie or something, then it means that you need to capitalize it words, right? All right, so now let's go to our test where we are going to identify common nouns and we're going to identify proper nouns. We need to select three proper nouns within the sentences. It says Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a holiday that falls on the third Monday in January. So we need to identify or select three proper nouns. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a holiday that falls on the third Monday in January. So now, is it option one, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, January, or option two, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, and holiday? Which one is correct? So option one or option two. And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, option one is correct. Sorry. We need to select three common noun, general type of nouns within the sentence. It says China is a huge country with a wide range of land forms. So China is a huge country with a wide range of land forms. We need to select the three common nouns. Is it option one, country, range, landforms, or option two, country, range, wide? Which one is correct? So country, range, landfall, option one, or option two, country, range, wide. Which one is correct? Option one or option two? And if we were to choose the correct option, then it's option one, country, range, landform, not wide. So option one is correct. We need to select the one common noun. One common noun. It says, after Gina volunteered with Doctors Without Borders, she decided that she would become a doctor. So after Gina volunteered with Doctors Without Borders, she decided that she would become a doctor. So now we need to seek the one common noun. Is it option one, doctor, lower cases, or option two, doctor, capital letter? So which one is correct? All right, then if we choose the correct option, right, then we would say doctor. Because if we just say that I want to become a doctor or the doctor, right, then it is lower cases, it's a common noun. But if we, for example, like Doctors Without Borders, or you give the name of the doctor, then it is the second one. So well done. Option one is correct. We need to select one common noun, one common or general noun. It says, have you ever taken a trip to the, is it Guggenheim Museum in New York City? Have you ever taken a trip to Guggenheim or Heim Museum in New York City? So we need to select the one common noun. Is it option one, trip, or option two, ever? Option one or option two? So have you ever taken a trip to Guggenheim Museum in New York City? We need to select the common noun. Is it trip option one or ever option two? All right, and if we choose the correct option, then yes, yet again, number one. So well done. Number one is correct. Sorry. We need to select one common noun. One common noun. It says, from the is a Chesapeake. From the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, you can see beautiful views of the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. So, from the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, you can see beautiful views of the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. So, we need to select one common noun. Is it option one, views, or option two, bay? Which one is correct? View or bay? So, views or bay? Remember, a common noun. And if we were to choose the correct option, then views is correct, not bay. Bay is written with a capital letter, which means that that is not a common noun. We need to select two common nouns, two general type of nouns. It says Mr. Yamamoto says that Silver Grove High School is the best school in the whole state. We need to select two common nouns. Mr. Yamamoto says that Silver Grove High School is the best school in the whole state. We need to select the two nouns. Is it option one, best and school, or option two, school and state? So is it option one, best and school, or option two, school and state? All right, so we will choose the correct one, which will be option two, school and state. Because school, if we're just saying a general, can be any school, can be any state. So option two, right? Let's go to the next one. It says select two proper nouns. Two proper nouns. When we went to New York City, we visited Central Park. It's so vast that it has 21 official playgrounds. So we need to select the two proper nouns. When we went to New York City, we visited Central Park. It is so vast that it has 21 official playgrounds. When we selected two proper nouns, is it option one, New York City and Central Park, or option two, New York City and two? Which one is correct? All right, and if we choose the correct option, option one, New York City and Central Park. All right, let's do the last one. We need to select the three common nouns. He usually speaks Spanish at home with his parents and brothers. He usually speaks Spanish at home with his parents and brothers. We need to select the three common nouns. Is it option one, home, parents, brothers, or option two, home, parents, speak? Three common nouns. Option one or option two. All right, then if we choose the correct option, then yes, option one is our three common nouns. These are just general types of names, general types of places, right? So well done. Option one is correct. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on common nouns and proper nouns, right? We see the noun, it names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. Then we have common nouns and proper nouns. Common nouns, it names general types of names, places, ideas, as well as things. Common nouns, we do not capitalize unless it's the first word of the sentence, right? So it basically just give general things, right? General names, general places. Whereas we have a common proper noun, sorry, and proper nouns, it basically gives specific names or name specific names of people, names of places, names of things, and names of ideas. And proper nouns we always capitalize. All right, so that is the end of our lesson on common nouns and proper nouns. Thank you very much, grade six, for joining the class. Thank you very much for interacting, and I really hope that you're going to have a good evening further. So, till next time, goodbye.